At this time, we would ask that everybody stand, face the south end zone, and honor the flag for the playing of our national anthem. Now, for your starters for tonight's contest. First, the College Heights Cougars. The sophomore, number 1, Derek Bowman. The junior, number 2, Liam Nelson. The sophomore, number 6, Ben Schumacher. The senior, number 7, Braden Youngberg. The junior, number 8, Michael Terrigen. The junior, number 10, Hudson Clevenger. The senior, number 12, Zach Beatty. The senior, number 21, Ethan Yukina. The junior, number 24, Gavin Dahl. The senior, number 30, Stephen Calandro. And in goal, a freshman, Rush Stewart. The Cougars are coached by Aaron Dogach and assisted by Darren Youngberg. And now the starters for your Lone Jack Mules. The senior midfielder, number 1, Thatcher Connell. The junior, number 5, he's a defenseman, Cole Seitz. The senior forward, number 7, Joseph Jerry Summers. The junior defender, number 9, Josh Van Schooy. The junior defender, number 13, Gibson Nichols. The senior midfielder, number 15, Caden Mooney. The junior forward, number 16, Aiden Holmes. The senior forward, number 17, Bryson Chura. The senior defender, number 18, Tyler Carpenter. The junior midfielder, number 27, Jake Edwards. And in goal, a sophomore, number 0, Barrett White. The Mules are coached by Brian Davenport, assisted by Casey Cummels, Eric Cummels, Zach Argetsinger, and Doc Summers. Good luck to both teams.
All right, we're finished with the starting lineups, and the players will take the field, finishing their final handshakes. Get 40 minutes on the clock, and we are ready to start this district final. Class 1, District 7, Lone Jack Mules versus College Heights Christian Cougars. here at Lee Summit North High School. Thank you to Lee Summit North for hosting for this tournament for us this evening and all week this week. That's number 17 doing the opening kickoff. That's Bryson Chura. Center ref checking with the keepers to make sure they're ready to start play. And we're underway. The Mules send it all the way down to the far side. Bone with initial header. Perigin fights for the ball and plays it out of bounds. That will be a throw-in for the Mules. Ball played down the far sideline. Summers and Calandro challenge for the ball. Calandro knocks it out of play. And another throw-in for the Mules. Youngberg's there, clears the ball away from the top of the box. Headed back from the center circle. Up ahead, Perigin's there to play it. Nelson back heels it for Perigin down the line. Perigin on the ball, triple teamed. And the Mules cleared away. Youngberg sends it back in. Perigin gets a touch. And the Mules clear it out of bounds. That'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. Nelson throws it into Youngberg. Youngberg's looking for space, carries back. Drops across the field to Yukonaw. Yukonaw plays wide to Dow. Dow gets challenged for the ball by the Mules defender and knocked out of bounds, throw in for the Mules. Schumacher gets a touch and Beatty tries to keep it in but can't. Throw in down the near side. Number 17, Chura sends it down the line. Yukonaw's there to settle. Plays it wide to Dow, but out of bounds. Another throw-in for the Mules. Ball played in. Perigin defending. Dow comes up, gets a touch on it. Back to the Mules player. Perigin gets it and clears it into the center circle. Nelson's there to pressure. That was the backline number 8, I believe. Osborne. Bowman clears it up to Nelson on the run on the far side. Nelson gets to it, sends it across. Nobody's there to connect. And cleared away by the Mules, throwing for the Cougars. Nelson across to the top of the box to Schumacher. Schumacher can't control it. Sent back to the center of the field to Youngberg. Youngberg to the far side, deflected. Clevenger gets around into the box and takes the shot. Not much on it as the keeper's able to cover it easily. That's Barrett White in the goal for the Mules. Top spinning ball into the center. Youngberg's there, chips it back into Clevenger. Clevenger settles with a chest. Chips it through for Nelson. Nelson with his right across the box, deflected. And that will be a corner kick. Almost an own goal by the Mules. Take a look back on the replay here as Youngberg sends it into Clevenger. Clevenger just pops it over for Nelson. Nelson tried to one-touch that as a cross to Beatty on the far side and defended by number 8, Osborne, to clear it away for the corner kick. Youngberg takes the corner, sends it to the back post. Perigin's there, cleared away by the Mules. Clevenger tracks back to the near side and will drop to Dow. Dow settles, plays it across, stolen away by the Mules. Schumacher gets back to the ball. On the sideline, Dow fighting for position. He's able to make the turn. Gets knocked off the ball and foul called, I believe. Number 17, Chura, being talked to by the ref. And number 14 is the other player wearing the ski mask, it looks like. That's Godis. Perigin will take the free kick. Side spinning ball into the top of the box, cleared away. Schumacher tracks back to the center circle, gets a touch back to Calandro. Calandro sweeps it across to Youngberg. Youngberg tracks back off the chest, sends it across to the center circle with some space for Yukonaw. Yukonaw one touches in, to Clevenger. Clevenger to Perigin. Perigin pops it over to the far side for Nelson. Nelson settles it with his chest. He's into the box. Takes the shot as the keeper comes up and makes a great save. Full effort as Nelson came in. And Nelson will get a yellow card on the challenge. Take a look back at this on replay. That will stop the clock momentarily. That's a big early yellow on the Cougars. Good job by Barrett White getting out of the box, or getting off his line and covering that ball before Nelson could get there. Those early yellows can change the game, but they have a way of controlling the game also. So the refs talking to both coaches. I think Coach Dogach is wondering why that's a yellow, but that's a aggressive challenge on a keeper. You know, you're going to get a yellow on that most times. All right, a restart on a free kick for the Mules. Ball sent high into the air to the near side. That goes all the way out of bounds. And that'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. Dahl takes a throw into Perigin. Perigin's able to make the turn. Stolen back by the Mules. Beatty gets back into it. Beatty and Perigin both play for the ball. And drops out to Schumacher. Schumacher to Dahl. Summers comes back to challenge and gets called for the foul. Let's see if we got that on replay. I didn't see what happened there to be a foul. So I don't see what that was, but maybe it was a handball. All right, restarted play. Youngberg sends it in. Headed up in the air. Keeper's got to make a save. And goes out of bounds. That will be a corner kick for the Cougars. Almost another own goal by the Mules. Youngberg over to take the corner on the near side. Clevenger and Perigin on the backside. Anredder in the game. Ball sent all the way over the top. That will go out of bounds. And throw in on the far side for the Mules. Mules are making a substitution. Mules will play it on the ground on the far side. Perigin comes in and challenges. Sends it across, deflected off of Anredder. And that goes out of bounds for a goal kick for the Mules. Perigin was looking at the far side, but Anredder came back into the play. Mules restart play out of the back. Played down the near sideline, back spinning ball. There is a heavy wind tonight. And the Mules are playing into the wind in this first half. Ball sent to the center circle. Summers is able to turn on it. Gets called for the handball. Or no, I'm sorry, he was offside. Okay, it was a play in on the Summers pass that let's see, is that number 17? It was off. Ball sent in on the free kick. Anredder chases to the corner and won't be able to get there in time. Another goal kick for the Mules. White plays it short out of the back again. Clevenger comes up to challenge and deflects. Ball's loose in the middle. Perigin comes over to play it. Mules in possession. Schumacher comes over to challenge. Played to the sideline. Out of bounds. Throwing for the Cougars. Nelson's at the line ready to check back in. For the Cougars, Anredder will sub off. Nelson, an early threat on the right side. We were talking last game that when Nelson's on the right as a left-footed striker, it really makes him effective on that cut-in and linking up with Clevenger on the diagonal run. We'll see how that plays out here in this remainder of the game. Youngberg on the ball, looking for some options, and draws the foul. That's number 1, Cummels. Youngberg plays the ball into the top of the box, deflected away by the Mules into the box. Perigin steps up, wins the ball, takes the shot, deflected away. Good shielding by the Mules and cleared away. Youngberg there switches the field to the far side. Bowman tries to get over to it, skips out. Now be a throw in for the Mules on the far side. Mules take the throw in down the line. Bowman's there, deflects it, stays in play. Mules send it back in their direction. Perigin fighting for position. Perigin tries to send it high into the air. Calandro heads it to the far side for Bowman. Bowman trying to settle, sends it back into the middle. Chase for the ball. Youngberg commits the foul on the undercut, and that'll be a free kick for the Mules. Take a look here at the foul as Youngberg just slides under. Free kick sent in to the top of the box. Dowell's there, heads it right to Stewart. And Stewart's there to make the save. Stewart punts it away to the near side. Beatty touches with his knee and back into play, sends it down the line. Still in play. Clevenger back for the ball. Another foul called. Perigin sends it in, bouncing ball all the way to White. And White's able to grab it. Bowman to the ball, plays it back into the middle. Bowman with his knee. Over to the far side for the Mules. Summers on the ball for the Mules. Calandro defending. Bowman back into cover in the middle. Sent across the box. And Mules get an opportunity to take the shot. Goes wide of the frame. That will be a goal kick for the Cougars. That'll be the attacking plan for the Mules tonight. They like to play it from the wide angle to the center of the box to get their shot attempts. Schumacher's able to draw the foul, actually, so the Mules committed the foul. Free kick for the Cougars. Youngberg there on the kick. Youngberg sends it in, headed high or sent high in the air. Fight for the ball. Schumacher back to try to get possession. Calandro sends it back in. Ball sent down the line. Calandro sends it high into the air. Calandro heads it back, and a good ball to Schumacher. Schumacher center circle finds Clevenger. Clevenger one touch to Nelson on the run. No call as Clevenger gets to it. Clevenger still on the ball, trying to fight through, stolen away by the Mules. All the way to the corner, sent back into Nelson. Nelson one touches, and it's cleared away by the Mules. Summers comes in and challenges Calandro. Mules send it over the top. Youngberg's there first. Youngberg carries it, sends it down the line. Mules in pursuit are able to steal. Sent across. Yukonaw's there. To Perigin with space. Perigin one touch over to Nelson. Nelson tries to settle. Mules back to the ball. Back to the center circle. And yellow card awarded to the Mules for that late scuffle after the play. Let's see here what. Oh, just a kick in the back of the leg. That easily could have been a red card. That's some restraint by the ref to not award that as a red. In fact, of course, we had that same play earlier this year that Braden got a straight red on. Now the coach is also getting a yellow card. That's on the Mules. All right, it'll be a restart of play with a free kick. Youngberg's there to take it. Youngberg sends a driving ball in, headed into the air. Perigin looking to find position and gets called for the high kick. Dangerous play. That will be a direct kick, though, for the Mules. Ball sent into the center circle. Played ahead, cleared away by Yukonaw. Another foul called. A lot of fouls so far today. A physical game already. Perigin sends a high ball in. Clevenger's there. Youngberg comes in and takes a strike, and saved by White. Runs up and punts it away. Top spinning ball. Perigin tries to settle. Back to Schumacher in the middle. Schumacher drops to Calandro. Calandro sweeps it back in. Over to the near side for Beatty. Out of bounds, thrown for the Mules. Subs at the line. Checking back in for the Mules. I have the Mules roster here and trying to get an idea of these numbers, but it's hard for me to tell who's who with these gray numbers. Hopefully by the end of the game I can tell who's who. Bowman comes over on the far side and challenges, sent down the line by the Mules. Calandro sends it back into Perigin. Perigin, good settle and send. Bouncing ball, cleared away by the Mules. Headed high into the air. Fight for the ball in the air. Falls to Youngberg. Youngberg settles with his chest. Carrying across, drops to Dow. Dow plays it into Schumacher. Schumacher tries to turn and gets called for the handball. Restart by the Mules. Yukonaw's there, heads it away to Schumacher. Schumacher's able to turn. Gets challenged and clears it away. Mules send it back in. Calandro heads it down into possession. Played through Calandro, good read, but Summers is running through. Calandro's able to win it. Played back in the middle to Perigin. Perigin, good settle. Sent over the top for Clevenger and Nelson. Nelson's there all alone. Nelson holds up play, tries to cut it back, stolen away. Good retreat by the Mules to get cover back on that ball as Nelson was 5 yards clear when that ball was sent. Back into play here on the far side. Nelson comes in and challenges and deflected away into the corner for a throw-in for the Mules. That's a dangerous spot to take a throw-in. Ball falls to Schumacher. He tries to head it over to Perigin, fight for possession. Send it in the middle of the field. Youngberg comes up to pressure. Dow sends it, slides in with a tackle, and cleared away, deflected away, I should say. Throwing for the Mules on the near side. Dow again tries to get the header. Missed it, went off his foot, but will go out of bounds. Throwing for the Mules. Number 17, Chura on the ball. Able to poke it through. Still in possession, into the box. Perigin's there, sends it out of bounds, and picks up the foul. That'll be a free kick for the Cougars. Perigin driving ball into the center circle. Good touch by the Mules to keep that from being a threat. Back to Beatty. Beatty, good touch to Clevenger. Gives it back to Beatty on the run. And out of bounds on the Mules. That'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. Quick throw into Perigin. Perigin takes the shot, far post, and just over the top. Goal kick for the Mules. Subs coming into the game for the Mules. I actually got off on my clock here when we had that last yellow card. Let me see if I can get that adjusted real quick. Mules restart play, send it to the circle. Dahl heads it back in. Dahl's able to keep it in on the sideline on the challenge. Plays it down the line for Beatty to run under. Beatty will chase to the corner. And good shielding by the Mules. And that'll be a goal kick. Okay, we've got the clock back to the right time. 22:10 left in the first half. No score here. Lone Jack versus College Heights Christian in this Class 1 District 7 final. Ball played to the near side. Youngberg defending, gets the steal. Youngberg carrying with some space. Sends it into Clevenger on the ground. Clevenger back to Perigin on the run. Perigin trying to get through. Goalie comes up. Perigin takes the shot and scores. And the Cougars take a 1-0 lead.
College Heights.
Good ball by Clevenger in, and Perigin just fights for an angle through the traffic.
Goal by number 8, Michael Perigin.
And we are ready to restart play. Again, the Mules send it in on the kickoff, high into the air. Dahl's there. Fight for possession. Dahl commits the foul in the air, and that'll be a free kick for the Mules. Number 17, Shura. Actually, he'll leave it for Carpenter. Carpenter set up for the free kick. Driving ball in, right to Stewart. That was a well-struck ball, 40 yards on a line, and saved by Stewart. Stewart comes to the top of the box, throws it into the middle for Youngberg. Youngberg's able to settle. Chips it to the middle for Perigin. Perigin flips it over to Clevenger. Clevenger wide to Youngberg. Youngberg settles. Chips it over the top for Perigin on the run. Bouncing ball. White's there and is able to get to it. White top spinning ball back to the center circle. Schumacher's there. Heads it into the air. Summers bicycle kicks it ahead. Back into the circle. Perigin wins it in the air to Clevenger. Clevenger to Schumacher. Schumacher's able to receive and play it through to Nelson. Deflected off the Mules. Nelson chips it back to Clevenger. Clevenger cuts it to the top of the box. He's on the ball, takes the shot, loses his feet. Back in the middle, Schumacher touches over to Perigin. Cleared into the air by the Mules. Over to the far side and out of bounds. That will be a throw-in for Lone Jack Mules. 20 minutes left here in the first half. Cougars have scored first, 1-0 lead. Driving ball down the far sideline. Mules in possession. Schumacher challenges, wins the challenge in the midfield. Tries to get the turn and sent through. Offside is the call. And that was a good opportunity for the Mules. Let's take a look back at that on replay. Oh, that's so close. Quick restart by the Cougars. Back into the center circle. Perigin steals. Perigin's able to turn. Plays it on the ground for Nelson, but Nelson wasn't making the run, and will go all the way through to the keeper. White at the top of the box. Top spinning ball into the circle. Perigin tries to settle. One touch over to Schumacher. Schumacher looking for space, drops to Calandro. Calandro back in the middle for Perigin. Perigin tries to poke through, deflected away. Sent over the top by the Mules. Yukonov chases back. Yukonov loses it, but Calandro is there to cover. Youngberg settles and touches to Perigin in the center. Perigin chases up to the ball, slide tackle, can't get to it. Mules clear. Bowman on the ball, plays it back to the middle for Schumacher. Schumacher looking at option, gives it to Calandro. Calandro sends it over the top. Clevenger will chase. So will Nelson. Nelson's coming back and has to be cleared away by the Mules. And that goes all the way out of bounds on the sideline on the near side. Throw in for the Cougars. Thrown in by Beatty to Youngberg. Youngberg chases back for the ball. Youngberg slide tackle. And that'll be a free kick. Free kick for the Mules. Back spinning ball into the top of the box. Calandro's there to head it away. Perigin chases back. Bowman gets a touch high into the air. Ball on the ground for the Mules. At the top of the box being defended. Bowman steps in, deflects, gets it to Schumacher. Schumacher gets to space, drops it to Bowman. Bowman sends it through to Nelson. Nelson settles, plays it to Clevenger on the ground. And, oh my goodness, that is just a brutal call. Calls Nelson. Nelson hands on his legs. Gets called for a handball. And the ref literally motioned that his hands were at his side. That's a handball. All right, sent in by the Mules on the restart to the top of the box. Youngberg in the middle, tries to get it away, deflected by the Mules. Bowman's there, sends it into the center circle, cleared back in by the Mules. Dow comes in to challenge. Played across the box. Into the box now. Calandro defending, shot, and Stewart's there, makes a great save with both hands. Rolls out to Schumacher. Schumacher turns, tries to cut it back, stolen away by the Mules. Down the line, Calandro comes in to defend. And the Mules can't handle it. Goal kick for the Cougars. Let's take a look back at that last opportunity for the Mules as they get it into the box. Sent across. Youngberg tried to clear, but kind of put it into a ball opportunity for the Mules, and Stewart gets up with both hands, is able to make the save. Perigin's back to take the goal kick. Spinning ball into the middle. Clevenger heads it in the Cougars' direction. Mules will shield to let White pick it up in the box. He throws it out back to the middle of the field. Youngberg defending on the near side. Youngberg's able to get position and win it. Still in play. Dow defending now. Dow steps in and wins. Dow carries down the line. Plays it down the line to Beatty. Beatty settles. Stolen away by the Mules. Mules one touch to the near side. And cleared away by Beatty. Subs at the line for the Mules. We'll stop play to let them in. Be just one sub coming in the game actually for the Mules. Thrown on the near side. That's Chura on the ball, being defended by Perigin. Drop back to the back line. That's number 18, Carpenter. Sends it in. That goes out of bounds, thrown for the Cougars. Dial to Perigin. Perigin's able to get free of the traffic. Good ball to Nelson. Nelson up ahead. All alone. Takes the shot. And the Cougars take a 2-0 lead. What a ball by Perigin. Nelson just outraces everybody and gets there for the goal.
Number 2, Liam Nelson.
See if we can take a look at at that on replay here. Just a beautiful ball. Nelson settles and then scores near post. Back to the action. On the restart, Schumacher's able to steal. Plays it through to Nelson. Nelson settles. Plays it to Clevenger. Clevenger holds up play. Sends Nelson again on the run. And White's able to come out off his line and grab it. White low ball into the middle. Perigin settles. Over to Schumacher. Schumacher back to Perigin. Perigin sends it over the top for Nelson to run under. Nelson on the far side. Gets to the ball in the box. Loses his feet. Schumacher steps in to challenge. Perigin's on the ball defending. Deflected away back to the box, and White's there to grab it. White punts it to the center circle. Youngberg on the ball, heads it to Perigin. Perigin looks at his option, cuts it back into space. Perigin has room in front, chips it over the top for Beatty on the near side. Beatty gets the ball with his shoulder, comes in, leaves it for Clevenger. Clevenger looking for an option, knocked away. Perigin comes in on the shot, deflected, and out of play. That's a goal kick. I'm sorry, a corner kick for the Cougars. As this ball gets, Clevenger lost control of it, and Perigin ran onto that. Looked like that could have been a third goal for the Cougars, deflected away by the Mules. I'm not sure what the discussion is. The ref is over with Coach Dogach on the sideline. Maybe he thought it was a handball. We'll try to take a look back at that in a little bit to see if there was anything there. I couldn't tell live or on the first replay that there was anything happening there. All right, Youngberg's over on the far side to take the corner once we restart play. The clock did stop. I missed that. So we do have 13 minutes left on the clock. Beatty over on the far side touches it to Youngberg, stolen away by the Mules but out of bounds. And that'll be a throw in for the Cougars on the far sideline. That's Youngberg there to take the throw. Up to Clevenger, headed into the middle. Settled by the Mules, deflected off Nelson, back to Clevenger. Clevenger in the box, takes the shot, deflected by the Mules. Clevenger back to Schumacher, one touched over to Youngberg. Sent into the box, and White's there to make the save. White punts it away into the center circle. Perigin comes on to defend, wins it on the near side, but can't keep it in. And throw in for the Mules. Played up ahead. Dahl sends it back into the middle. Youngberg's able to settle. Carries it to the near side. Plays it down the line for Beatty. Beatty's able to keep it in. Drop back to Youngberg. Three-toe up ahead. Headed into the air by the Mules. Sent topspin ball up into the air for Chura. Chura settles, plays it through. Calandro's there. Good position. Touches it with his left. Can't clear. Summers comes on the heavy challenge. And cleared away by the Cougars. That'll be a throw-in for the Mules. Sub coming in the game for the Mules. That's Summers. Actually, Summers just going to switch positions, it looks like. Okay, throw into the back line. Beatty defending. Switch across the field to the center circle. Schumacher comes up to defend, deflects it. Nelson's there. Nelson karate chops a steal, but back to the Mules. Played through, good feet by Calandro to clear, up to Schumacher. Schumacher plays it down the line for Nelson. Nelson on the chase again. Nelson slide tackle to win possession and deflects it off of the Mules player over there on the far side. I can't make out his number. That'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. Nelson up ahead to Perigin, stolen away by the Mules. Into the center. Calandro steps in. Back to Perigin. Perigin through to Clevenger. Clevenger over to Nelson on the far side. Nelson one touch as Summers was tracking back to defend. And that will be a corner kick for the Cougars. Nelson on the right side of the formation, linking up with Perigin and Clevenger, has just been great this first half. Youngberg taking the corner, sends it into the middle. Perigin gets a touch. Beatty tries to send it through, but gets underneath it and sends it out of play. Goal kick for the Mules. We got 10 minutes on the official clock. Throw in to Clevenger. Clevenger with his chest, thrown away by the Mules. Youngberg defending on the far side. And Youngberg commits the foul. That will be a free kick for the Mules. Ball sent up ahead the far sideline. Bowman sends it high into the air. Back to the middle. Schumacher looking to get possession. Gets it to Perigin. And Mules are called for the foul. Free kick for the Cougars. Ball sent into the top. Clevenger's there off the chest. Youngberg to follow with his left. And the save made by White. Ball back into the circle. Dahl heads it forward to Perigin. Fight for possession. Perigin chips it high into the air. And foul called on the Mules. Free kick for the Cougars. Youngberg takes the kick, backspinning ball to the far side. Nelson's there, still in play, and goes all the way out the end line. Goal kick for the Mules. White plays it out of the back. Ball sent down the near sideline, out of bounds, thrown for the Cougars. Dahl comes over quickly to take it, gets it to Perigin. Perigin well defended by the Mules, stolen away to the near side. Has some room in front as Perigin comes on the challenge. Dahl steps in with a slide tackle and knocks it off the Mules player. Throw in for the Cougars. Dahl leaves it for Perigin. Perigin smokes it up ahead. Clevenger back to it. Tries to drag touch it in. Deflected away at the top. Nelson's there. Sent through, and White's able to get to it for the save. Sent into the center circle. Calandra over to Bowman. Played through on the run for the Mules. Sent up ahead. Yukonaw chases back. Good move. Into the box. And the Mules answer. 2-1 now the score. All right, 2-1. Cougars restart play. Youngberg over to Perigin. Perigin carries on the near side, sends it up ahead. Headed high in the air, Perigin back to the ball. To the near side for Beatty. Out of bounds, throw in for the Mules. Just over 6 minutes to play here in the first half. 2-1 now the score. Ball played across the middle. Drop back to the keeper, White. White plays it on the ground to the far side. Ball played in the middle. Schumacher steals. Back to Perigin. Perigin gives it back to Schumacher up ahead. Schumacher can't hold on to it. Stolen away by the Mules. Played into the middle. Link up play again as Calandra will chase back. Carries it to the far side. And offside called on the Mules as he came back to challenge the ball. Free kick for the Cougars. Okay, the ref just stopped the clock, and it's coming over to issue a yellow card. I thought he had already given the coach a yellow, so I'm not sure. So he's definitely issued multiple coaches yellows. I'm not sure what. Maybe that was a bench yellow. Just guessing at this point. So the offside was called for pursuit of the ball, even though the Lone Jack player didn't get to it. And the restart of play here for the Cougars on the free kick. Yukon on the ball, plays it to the middle for Perigin. Perigin sends it over the top for Nelson. Nelson can't get there in time, and that will be a throw-in for the Mules. Ball played out of the back. On the ground on the far side. Send into the middle. Calandra is there to settle. Drops it back to Yukon. Yukon plays it over the top. Clevenger's there, heads it forward, and nobody's there to make the connecting run. White's there to gather. White punts it back to the center circle. Bouncing ball. Calandra's in position, heads it to Youngberg. Youngberg settles. Plays it through to Clevenger to run on, and again, White's there at the top of the box to get to it. White plays it out of the back again to the far side. Bowman high up defending and wins the ball for the Cougars on the play out of bounds by the Mules. Perigin over there to take the throw in on the far side. Plays it to the corner for Nelson. Nelson off of his back. Stolen away by the Mules. Played on the ground to the far side. Summers with his left. Calandra's there to steal. Leaves it for Youngberg. Youngberg plays it high into the air. On the far side, Perigin defending. Bowman steps in and clears right to Clevenger. Good ball. Clevenger plays it through to Nelson. Nelson cuts it back. Nelson into the box and gets tripped. But that was a body tackle. Ref rules and no foul. White clears it away into the center. Perigin's there to drop it back to Dow. Dow settles, plays it back to Perigin. Perigin trying to get through. Stolen away by the Mules. Perigin tracks back and steals. Summers comes in. Over to Bowman, who plays it down the line out of bounds. And throw in for the Lone Jack Mules. Throw in down the line goes out of bounds. And the Cougars will take the throw. Throw in for Nelson to Schumacher. Schumacher chips it over the top for Perigin. Back to Clevenger. Over to Perigin on the far side. Perigin looks to get to the angle. Summers helping back. Perigin to the corner. Sends it back to Clevenger. And the Mules are there to defend. And send it out of bounds. Throw in for the Cougars. Nelson there to take the throw. Plays it to Perigin. Foul called on the Mules, and that'll be a free kick for the Cougars. Youngberg comes over to take the free kick. 20 yards out, but from a far angle. Clevenger's on the backside, and so is Perigin. Perigin's high, top of the box. Schumacher's about 15 yards out at the top center of the box. Beatty on the far side. Youngberg sends a driving ball in. Clevenger's there, deflected away by the Mules. Beatty shielding, fighting for position. Mules are able to clear back to the center circle. Yukinoff steps in, plays it on the ground, doesn't get a good touch. Cleared away by the Mules. Dahl's back. Dahl plays it to Youngberg. To Schumacher. And cleared away by the Mules. Side spin, the ball goes to Beatty. Beatty leaves it for Perigin. Perigin's able to win it. Still on the ball. Perigin sends it through to the backside for Nelson. Chested down by the Mules. Into trouble. Cleared away to Clevenger at the top. Clevenger tries to... Oh, what a goal by Hudson Clevenger to take the 3-1 lead. Clevenger takes it out of the air and bangs it in.
Scored by number 10, Hudson Clevenger.
1:03 on the official clock here in the first half. The Cougars take a 3-0 lead. 3-1 lead, I'm sorry.
One minute remaining.
Restart a play by the Mules. Ball goes out of bounds, thrown for the Cougars. Actually, that's a foul called. So free kick for the Cougars. That's Youngberg over there to take the free kick. Youngberg sends it up ahead to Perigin. Perigin tries to settle it with his chest. Fight for the ball. Mules are back on it. Sent away to the center. Dahl steps in. Dahl settles, finds room, plays it through to Beatty on the near side. Beatty on the run, holds up play, looking at his option, tries to get through, still fight for the ball. At the top of the box, Clevenger comes in, deflected away. Dahl steps into to position. Schumacher steps in.
10, 9, 8, 7.
And foul called on Schumacher, but that will be
4, 3, 2, 1.
That'll be the end of the first half. Schumacher didn't like that call, but he extended his foot out there to get the position. He didn't quite have the position. But good first half for the Cougars. 3-1 is the lead.
At the end of the first 40 minutes of play, your score, College Heights 3, Lone Jack 1.
We'll put 10 minutes on the clock for halftime. During our halftime break here, we'll send you through the first half replays. As we go into an audio break. All right, we're back, about ready to start the second half. Cougars have taken the field. Cougars did have the wind in their favor in the first half. We'll see how that changes gameplay here in the second half. They were able to play a bunch of balls over the top. They may have to play a little bit more direct on the ground here in the second half. We'll get 40 minutes on the clock, ready to start the
second. The winner of
second.
this match will advance to the state quarterfinals against Maryville on Saturday 11th.
Leading scorers for the Cougars each have scored a goal here in the first half. Cougars will start with the ball. Clevenger up top. Take the kickoff. Temperature is dropping as some more players are bundling up.
Excuse me, parents in the north and the south end zone, if you could please exit, thank you.
There's a group picture being taken over in the stands, and so try to get them off the field before they start the second half. Looks like it's youth football. We can get those guys in frame, see what's happening over there. All right, we have the second half underway. Perigin sends it over the top to start. Beatty comes in to pressure ball. Cleared away. Nelson gets a touch across the field and cleared away by the Mules. Dow steps in and wins the challenge. Dow plays it to Yukonaw. Yukonaw into the middle for Clevenger. Clevenger settles. Plays it over to the near side for Youngberg. Stolen away by the Mules. Youngberg steps in and wins the challenge. Youngberg carries to the middle. Holds up play and drops it over to Bowman on the near side. Bowman down the line to Nelson. Nelson tries to play it off of his chest and can't keep it in. Just a little bit too high. If Bowman could have played that on the ground, that may have been a nice opportunity. But just too hard to control in the air like that. Throw in. Mules are able to keep it in on the sideline and kick it down the line. That goes out of bounds. Throw in for the Cougars. Perigin there to take the throw. It has Nelson on the run. Over the top for Nelson. Nelson gets in, takes it with his right across the box, and White's able to come out to gather it up before the help can come for the Cougars. Headed down by Calandro in the middle of the field. Challenge for the ball, and Perigin sends top spinning ball over the top. Clevenger runs on. Good clear by the Mules on the bicycle kick over the top. Beatty comes back to challenge the ball. Mules into possession on the near side. Bowman steps in and deflects. Chura on the ball for the Mules. Perigin defending. Chura plays it out of the back to Carpenter. Carpenter switches the field to the far side. Beatty challenging for the ball. Played up the line, deflected by Beatty, and that'll be a throw in for the Mules. Ball played on the far side. Youngberg's there, so is Perigin. Youngberg still on the ball, tries to send it through to Schumacher. Schumacher looking for an option, drops it back to Perigin. Perigin touches it through. Stolen by the Mules. Beatty tracks back. Fight for the ball. Perigin pokes it through, sends Beatty down the line, and the Mules are there to clear all the way over the top. Yukonaw tracks back, heads it into the air for Dahl on the far side, and the Mules knock it out of play. That'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. Dahl takes the throw-in back into play for Perigin. Perigin turns. Perigin looking to get some space, sends it across the field. Stolen away by the Mules, into trouble. Sent through, and Stewart makes a great read to come out and make the save. Good opportunity for the Mules there on the mistaken play by Peregrine. Peregrine should have just dropped that to Calandra, but tried to play it all the way across to Bowman and got caught. Stewart punts it away, side spinning ball over to the near side. Clevenger's to the ball. Clevenger sends it over the top for Nelson. Nelson gets to it, cuts it across, drops it for Clevenger. Clevenger tracks back for it. Clevenger bridge touch, gets back to the ball, takes the shot, and that's on the ground. White's able to scoop it up. Big punt to the center circle, bounces once. Yukon steps up, heads it forward to Schumacher. Settled by the Mules. Play across, Beatty deflects it back to Schumacher. Schumacher looks at an option, tries to get through. Mules are able to shield and steal. Drop back to the back line for Carpenter. Carpenter sends it back to the center circle. Yukon comes in, and oh my goodness. That could be a, okay, they're giving him a yellow there. Oh, is that a second yellow? I think that may have been his second. Oh, but yeah, that's just lost control there. He's trying to play the ball, but Yukon was there in position. He jumped into him, and I think that was just a yellow. That's a soft red because it was his second yellow, I believe. But that will mean the Mules have to play a man down the rest of the way. Youngberg's there to take the free kick as we restart play. Youngberg sends it into the top. Clevenger gets a touch, deflected by the Mules. Peregrine's there, gets challenged from behind, and draws the foul. Cougars may try to take a quick restart here. See if Peregrine tries to. He's looking at his options, and ref's going to indicate the spot. Ref has stopped play to form the wall distance. Three-man wall for the Mules. Peregrine and Youngberg there on the ball. I think Peregrine will take it. Youngberg is actually going to go up to the top of the box now. Peregrine takes the shot, and great save by White as he dives in, extended on the left side. Ball punted away. Peregrine heads it down. Peregrine back to the ball, wins the challenge. Loose in the middle. Youngberg tracks back. Youngberg one touches over to Yukon. Yukon tries to play it through, loses the touch, but Dowell's there. Dowell back to Yukon. Yukon on the ground to Schumacher. Whoa. That player did the total splits but couldn't get to it. Stolen away now and is able to make the turn on the far side. Mules in possession. He loses his feet, and Peregrine's there to steal. Peregrine across the field, plays it on the ground through. Deflected away back to Clevenger. Good clear by the Mules. Back in the center circle. Calandra comes up to challenge. Bowman steps in. One touch, and Calandra gets called for the foul on the arm extension, and that'll be a free kick for the Mules. Carpenter there to take the driving free kick. Good ball in, and Calandra heads that away. Bowman steps in, can't settle it. Shot taken, deflected by Calandra. And Bowman gets called for the push. Free kick for the Mules. That's number 16. Holmes takes the free kick to the far side. Dowell's there to head it away. Yukon comes over, settles it with his chest. Sends it up with his left. Clevenger's there to get to the ball. Clevenger sends it over the top for Beatty on the run. Fight for possession. The Mules are able to win it. Clevenger challenges on the far side and out of bounds. That'll be a throw-in for the Mules. Some subs coming in the game for the Lone Jack Mules. 3-1 the score. No score here in the second half. 33 minutes left to play. Mules are down to 10 men after a soft red on a challenge in the air. Ball thrown in, deflected away by Perigin. Another throw in for the Mules. Clevenger comes in, wins position. Clevenger on the ball. Has room in front, chips it over for Nelson. Into the box. And good defense by the Mules as White comes up to win the ball. Shielding by the back line. Sure on the ball, drops it back into the midfield. Beatty's there. Carpenter to the ball. Carpenter plays it through. Yukonoff steps in, one touch to Perigin. Perigin fights for position. Perigin still on the ball. Looks at his options, drops to Schumacher on the far side. Schumacher plays it over for Beatty. Beatty heads it down, back to Schumacher. Schumacher gets it to Clevenger. Clevenger is able to turn. Clevenger making the run across, leaves it for Schumacher at the top of the box. Schumacher takes a shot, deflected away by the Mules. Perigin to the ball. Perigin tries to get through, and the Mules are able to clear all the way up to the circle. Bowman gets a touch, and Calandro gets over to play it on the ground to Youngberg. Youngberg cuts it back. Youngberg plays it through for Clevenger on the run, and Clevenger may have got, Clevenger pushed in the back. That's a foul on the Cougars. Free kick for the Mules. Ball played out of the back by the Mules. Over here to the near side. Left-footed strike across the middle. Schumacher's there in the middle of the field to settle. Schumacher still on the ball, stolen away by the Mules. And that goes out of bounds on the near side, throw-in for the Cougars. Perigin there to take the throw. Leaves it for Youngberg. Youngberg being defended by Chura. Perigin sends it across, deflected away by the Mules. To the far side, Youngberg steps in and knocks out a play, throw in for the Mules. And subs waiting at the line. Will come in for Lone Jack. Throw into the back Carpenter. Clevenger comes up and wins the challenge. Clevenger on the ball into the box. Cuts it back in. Tries to play it across. Can't get control of it, and Carpenter steals. Carpenter clears to the near side. Goes all the way out for a throw-in for the Cougars. Bowman there to take the throw. Bowman throws it in over the top. Gets through the first line. Schumacher's there. Schumacher can't control it. And stolen away by the Mules. Into the center circle. Mules play it through all the way into the box, and Stewart's able to come up and grab it. 30 minutes left to play. Stewart top spinning ball to the near side. Bowman's able to come up and play the ball, but stolen away by the Mules. Played into the box. Youngberg challenges back, and Youngberg deflects, and I believe that will be a corner kick. Corner kick for the Mules, and an opportunity for Lone Jack to get back in this game at 3-1. Another sub coming into the game for the Mules. Youngberg, Mark, and Summer. Ball sent into the backside. Goes over top of everyone. Calandro chases back, plays it out of the box with his left. Beatty comes back to the ball. Beatty plays it down the line out of bounds and throw in for the Mules. Ball thrown into the middle of the field. Summer pokes through. Perigin tries to clear. Gets it to Youngberg. Youngberg tries to turn, stolen away by the Mules. Played into the soft area. Perigin tries to clear. Sumner fighting for possession. Sumner from behind. Perigin sends it all the way over the top for Nelson. Clevenger comes back to win the ball. And foul called. Free kick for the Cougars. Youngberg will come over to take the free kick. Clevenger and Perigin at the top of the box. Gets to Perigin. Perigin settles with his chest, and good clear by the Mules, all the way up to Dowell on the far side. Dowell to the ball, fighting for position, and loses it out of bounds. Throw in for the Mules. And the ref is asking to stop the clock. As it looks like Dowell may be fighting a cramp on the far side. 27:43 is the official time on the clock. Okay, so Anreder is subbing in the game as the right wing. Nelson will go to the left back position for Dowell to get a little bit more defensive look as the Cougars try to survive these last 28 minutes. Restart of play will be a throw-in for the Mules on the far side. Waiting for the ref's whistle to restart the clock. Okay, and we're underway. Throw in down the line. Ball played through. Yukona's there. Sends it to Youngberg. Youngberg over to Perigin. Perigin carried it across the field. The circle on the ground to Bowman on the near side. Bowman's able to settle. Plays it down the line for Anreder. Anreder cuts it back and drops to Bowman. Bowman sends it in over the top. Good header by the Mules to clear it away. And into the center circle, Calandra heads it back to Youngberg. Youngberg gets challenged for the ball and stolen. Youngberg back to fight possession, sent over the top. Yukona's there. Yukona settles it down with his chest, and Calandro plays it high into the air. Yukona's able to win it. Back into space. Youngberg sends it through. Perigin up top. Ball played to the back line. Youngberg's there to steal. Youngberg across to Schumacher, getting challenged from behind. Schumacher's able to win it in space, plays it through to Beatty. Beatty touches patiently back to Youngberg. Youngberg carrying down the far side. Youngberg sends it down the line. And out of bounds, thrown for the Mules. Thrown into space. Perigin challenging for the ball. Mules have it out in front. Played through. Nelson's there as the Mules run on, and Nelson will shield. It goes out the end line. Goal kick for the Cougars. Youngberg back to take the goal kick for the Cougars. Youngberg plays a high spinning ball short. Perigin heads it in the Cougars' direction. Mules steal. Anreder tracks back to steal. Schumacher gets a touch in the middle but can't control it. Mules head it forward. Ball played down the line on the near side. And the Mules are able to keep it in. Send across. Stewart makes the save. Can't keep it in. And that will be a corner kick for the Mules. See, good turn and send in. And Stewart just lost the control of the ball. Lone Jack on the near side here to take the corner. Send across. Perigin's able to clear it away. Clevenger comes up, fights for position, clears it to the center. Ball played to the far side. Nelson comes up for the challenge. And Nelson commits the foul. He's got to be careful. Nelson's playing on a yellow card. Carpenter there to take the free kick, chips it in, and goes wide of the frame. Goal kick for the Cougars. Just over 24 minutes left to play. Cougars hanging on to a 3-1 lead. Again, the Mules are playing with 10 men after the soft red. Ball played in. Nelson heads it back into the circle. Clevenger tries to chip it over the top, can't get to it. Played to the near side. Bowman steps in to challenge. Perigin steals up to Clevenger. Clevenger plays on the ground to Anredder. Anredder can't keep it in. Just a missed touch there, out of bounds throw in for the Mules. Ball played up ahead, Perigin in the air. Perigin gets knocked off the ball. Youngberg's there, top spinning ball up ahead. Settled by the back line, played back into the middle. Fight for possession, Youngberg chips it into the air. To the far side, Youngberg still defending. Drop back to the back line, played over the top, and he was offside. And free kick for the Cougars. Didn't really have a good view of the time of the kick, but offside's the call. Youngberg takes the restart down the line. Schumacher's there to settle. Schumacher across to Perigin. Perigin's able to turn. Perigin sends it in to Anredder on the run on the far side. Anredder to the ball into the box. Stolen away by the Mules. Anredder still in front. Clevenger steps in, sent across the box, still in possession by the Mules in the box. Perigin steals. Perigin looking to get to space. Still on the ball, makes a move. Leaves it for Clevenger. Cleared to the far side by the Mules, and that'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. Youngberg takes the strike, and White is there for the save. Ball, big punt all the way up to the past the circle. Yukino was able to settle and send it back in. Schumacher heads it down. Mules fighting for possession on the far side, send it down the line, and goes out of bounds, throw in for the Cougars. Nelson over there to take the throw. Nelson throws it into space. Perigin gets the touch. Loose in the middle. Anredder to the ball. Anredder fighting for possession, drops it back to Bowman. Bowman settles, carries it to space, plays it in. Clevenger is able to get back to it. Clevenger working to the ball, stolen away by the Mules. Played on the ground all the way through. Yukino will chase. Stewart comes out and plays it one touch high into the air. Back on the ground as Clander is able to settle. To Schumacher, one touch to Perigin. Perigin looks in front, plays it through. Perigin steals. Perigin's able to get through the challenge. Still on the ball. Makes the move. Sends it across, and own goal. Cougars take the 4-1 lead.
Christian Heights goal. Number 8, Michael Perigin.
Perigin makes the move. He's getting knocked off the ball, but just sends it across, and Carpenter tried to clear. I believe that was Carpenter, but just goes right into the goal. Several of those in the first half almost went in. So 25-55 left to play, and the Cougars now have a 4-1 lead. Mules restart play. Ball sent across the field, out of bounds. Throw in for the Cougars. Bowman takes the throw into Perigin. Perigin making a move. Gets to the sideline, sends it over the top. Anritter gets to it. Beatty on the backside. Play it up ahead. Schumacher's there. One touch to Clevenger, drop back to Perigin. Perigin makes a move in the middle, trying to get through. Perigin on the ball, takes the shot. And a good strike by Perigin, but off the frame. That'll be a goal kick for the Mules. Under 20 minutes left to play. White will take the goal kick. Ball played into the center. Mules played to the far side. Nelson sends it back into Youngberg. Youngberg drops it back to Calandra on the back line. Calandra is able to settle, play it back into the middle, stolen away by the Mules. Perigin defending. Played through as Yukonaw tracks back. Yukonaw is able to win it. Back to Perigin. Sent back in, and he may be off. I'm not sure. Nope. Play on. Nelson shielding. Nelson's able to make the turn. He's able to keep his feet. Good athletic play. Up to Schumacher. Schumacher is getting challenged. Finds Perigin. Perigin checks his shoulders. Has time. Sends it over the top. Anritter chasing. Anritter deflects. Still in play. And goes out of bounds, throwing for the Cougars. Anritter throws it into the box. Perigin's there. Perigin takes a shot far post. And goes wide of the frame. Goal kick for the Mules. Looked like Perigin had another goal sitting right in front of him there, but just got a little bit too much hook on it. Went outside the frame. White takes the goal kick. Perigin comes up to steal. Loose at the top of the box, cleared away by the Mules. Summers gets a header into the Mules' favor. Yukonaw tracks back to win it. Yukonaw plays it to the sideline. Doesn't get enough on it as the Mules steal. Mules still on the ball as Bowman's defending. Drop back to the top, sent across. Schumacher's there. Plays on the ground to Perigin. Perigin on the run, tries to poke it through, deflected away on the slide tackle. Ball played in. Good ball. Stewart, good read, and is able to get up there to make the save. That was a good-looking opportunity for the Mules as Summer had the run, but Stewart read it and got there first for the save. Stewart punts it up ahead. First touch by the Mules. Youngberg's able to get back to it and steal. Youngberg's trying to make a turn. Perigin is there and just clears it away on the sideline. Throw in for the Mules. Ball thrown in down the line. Calandro's there, heads it, and gets called for the handball, I believe. Free kick for the Mules. This seems like a dangerous angle. Ball sent in. It's loose. Stewart is able to get there and knock it out of play. Not sure who the last to touch was, but it'll be a corner kick for the Mules. Let's take a look at this again. It looks like Stewart got his right hand on it, keep it out of the goal. All right, corner kick for the Mules. Ball sent in. Clear to the near side, Youngberg carrying. Slide tackle. And out of bounds, throwing for the Cougars. Youngberg, quick throw in. Perigin tries to head it up ahead and knocked out of play by the Mules, throwing again for the Cougars. Cougars still pushing the pace. Up ahead to Anritter into the box. And White's able to cover it. White punts it away. Big punt. Nelson's there. Nelson off of his shoulder. Calandra will chase back. Calandra in position, sends it high into the air. Over here to the near side as Bowman lets it go out of bounds. Throw in for the Mules as the Mules have some subs at the line. Throwing down the near side on the restart of play. Summers on the ball, sends it across the box. Yukon with his left into the middle for Youngberg. Youngberg over to Perigin, stolen away by Summers, but Perigin's able to deflect. Blandro clears it high into the air. Wind holding up the ball as Clevenger and Anritter come on the challenge. Clevenger gets called for the hold and free kick for the Mules. Restart a play into the top of the box. Nelson heads it up into the air. Schumacher trying to settle. Shielding for the ball. Schumacher's able to turn. Schumacher plays it through to the middle as Clevenger comes back. Carpenter plays it. Schumacher back to the ball on the far side. Schumacher trying to hold up play. Gets back to it, still fighting for possession. And knocked off of the Cougars. Knocked off Schumacher, throw-in for the Mules. Throwing up ahead, Nelson heads it back in the middle for Youngberg. Youngberg with some space, plays it on the ground. To the near side, Summer plays it in, Youngberg steals. Youngberg tracks to space. Makes a good move to find an opening, sends it over the top. Anritter is there. Headed back in the middle for Clevenger. Clevenger plays it over the top for Anritter. Anritter challenges, Clevenger's there, and finishes for the goal.
College High scorer by number 10, Hudson Clevenger.
And the Cougars take the 5-1 lead. That was close to being in possession of the keeper. See if we can look back at this again. Okay, so Clevenger got there first. The White dove for the ball, but he didn't quite get his hands there before Clevenger swept it away. And we will restart play, 13:24 on the clock. As the Mules send it high into the air on the far side, Nelson heads it back. Schumacher tracks back to win possession. Schumacher sends it down the line for Beatty. Beatty drops it to Perigin. Perigin across the field switches it to Anritter in the air. Anritter working for position, gets to it. Anritter trying to fight through. Back line for the Mules is able to hold up play as Clevenger gets back. Stolen away by the Mules. Played through and cleared away by Perigin. Sub coming in the game for the Mules. Ball played across the circle and goes out of bounds, throwing for the Cougars. Nelson over there to take the throw. Into the middle for Perigin. Perigin, good slide tackle to win the ball. Gets pushed from behind and will get the free kick. And he's going to give a yellow card on that one, it looks like. Perigin will take the restart of play. Perigin sends it in to Anritter on the near side. Anritter heads it back into the middle, stolen away by Summer. Clevenger tracks back and is able to win it back. Bowman tries to send it in, deflected away by the Mules. And it'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. Thrown into Peregrine. Peregrine sends it over the top. Peregrine back to the ball. Chips it over for Clevenger on the run. White's able to come up and make the read and get there for the save. Big punt up to the circle. Goes over top of everyone. Yukinaw tracks back with his head. Stolen away by the Mules. Played through, but too heavy, and Stewart's able to get there. Looked like a good opportunity for the Mules. They just couldn't finish the run. And Stewart's at the top of the box. Plays it on the ground to Youngberg. Youngberg tries to chip it through, stolen away by the Mules. Dropped back to Summers on the back line. And sent in as Stewart tracks up to get possession. Loose ball. Schumacher comes over. Schumacher trying to get to it. And cleared away by the Mules. Throw in for the Cougars. Youngberg on the ball, carrying down the far side. Sends it across the middle, stolen away by the Mules. Played through. Yukinaw, good feet. Gets it to Schumacher. Schumacher sends it into space here on the near side. Anrider tracks back. Sends it to Bowman off target. Back into the middle. Schumacher clears. Up to Anrider. Anrider heads it into the air. Clevenger is able to get back to it. Clevenger looking to make a turn. Gets challenged from behind. And another yellow card to be issued on the Mules. Youngberg will take the free kick on the restart of play here on the near side. Restarted, sent into the box. Clevenger's there and cleared away by the Mules. Corner or throw in, it looks like, for the Cougars in the corner. Henry takes a throw in to Peregrine. Henry sends it across the box. Clevenger's there, tries to settle. Gets it to Schumacher. Schumacher looking for space. Clevenger on the ball, takes the shot, deflected by the Mules. Schumacher tries to get back to it. Sent back to the middle. Calandro, one touches. Stolen away by the Mules. Played through. Yukinaw's there. Yukinaw sends it back in with his right. And foul called back here. Throw in, or a free kick for the Mules. Ball sent into the top of the box. Lander clears it away and throw in for the Mules. Ball back into play. On the near side, good head into the top of the box. Drop back, Peregrine challenges. Bowman's able to clear. Sent back in by the Mules. Calandro is there and clears it away to the middle of the field, all the way to the far side as Beatty challenges back. At midfield, Mules shield and throw in for the Mules down the far side. Nelson comes in and clears it away with a throw in for the Lone Jack Mules. Ball on the far side, sent into the box. Stewart comes up and makes the save. Under 8 to play. Stewart punts away, goes out of bounds. Throw in for the Mules. Ball on the far side, Schumacher settles, plays it to Peregrine. Peregrine clears it away. Back to Schumacher in the middle of the field. Stolen away by the Mules, back to Schumacher again. Peregrina's able to get to it, and Schumacher draws the foul. Free kick for the Cougars. Peregrine takes the quick restart. Up ahead to Clevenger. Clevenger, good settle. Looking to make a move. Sends it through to Anreder. Anreder can't control it, and the Mules steal. Back into the middle as Anreder plays it to Clevenger. Clevenger looking to turn. Drops it back to Peregrine. Cleared away by the Mules into possession on the near side. Played through as Yukon chases. Yukon Stewart communicates. Stewart comes up and clears. And good hustle by Nelson on the far side. Can't keep it in. Throw in for the Mules. Well played on the far side. Peregrine comes in and clears it away. And that'll be a throw in again for the Mules. Ball in the corner as Nelson Shields is able to win it. Takes the throw in. Schumacher there. And Schumacher commits the foul in the box. Let's see what the ref's calling here. Calling a free kick just outside the box. I think that's the right call, actually, as I see it on replay. I thought initially he was in the box, but the foul did occur outside. Okay, free kick for the Mules. Under 6 to play. Clock is stopped while Peregrine comes back to get his shin guard that had fallen out in midfield. Who knows how long ago. 5:25 is on the official clock. Three-man wall for the Cougars. Just 15 yards out at an angle for the Mules on the free kick. Ball played low, deflected by Peregrine. Nelson's able to clear. Over to the near side as Clevenger tries to keep it in. Clevenger carries. Plays it through for Anreder. The back line for the Mules. Down the line on the near side. Bowman comes up to challenge and able to get around, but Calandro in good cover position is able to clear it away, throwing for the Mules. Number 15, Mooney, takes the throw in. Yukon's there, heads it away to Schumacher. Schumacher plays it in the middle. Anreder is able to settle, play it into space, loses his feet. And free kick for the Cougars. Peregrine takes the quick restart to Clevenger. Clevenger cuts it back into the middle, stolen away by the Mules. Played to the corner. Anreder makes the shoulder tackle and draws the foul. That'll be a free kick for the Cougars. Peregrine's on the far side, outside the post. Clevenger's on the far post. And Youngberg takes the shot. White's there to make the save. White runs out and makes a big punt up ahead. First touch by the Mules. Into the middle where Calandro's able to win it. Plays it down the near side. Still in possession as the Mules switch the field. Yukon steps up and heads it into the center circle. Loose ball. Peregrine slide tackle. wins it, but stolen away by the Mules in the center circle. Good ball through as Yukonaw chases back. Yukonaw gets to it and tries to make the turn. Mules steal possession at the top of the box. Schumacher comes in and clears back into Mules' possession. And deflected away by the Cougars. Bowman went down hurt. And the clock's going to stop. See what happened here if he maybe rolled his ankle on this turn. Ugh. Looks like he's just cramping up. 2:58 on the official clock. Bowman's being helped off. Going to be a throw-in over on this near side for the Mules. Noah Haley subbed into the game for the Cougars. Ball into the box. Schumacher challenges for the ball. Schumacher's able to win it. Beatty clears into the circle. Clevenger's there. Clevenger gets a touch. Looking for space. Clevenger plays it over the top for Perigin on the run. Perigin holds up play. Makes a move. Into the box. Youngberg comes back and tackles. And free kick for the Mules. Into the box as Calandra is there to clear it away. Nelson comes over to challenge. Ball played down the line in the corner. Moved back into the box. Shot with his left. Yukonaw dives to save. And Stewart's able to clean up. Good sellout by Yukonaw on the, actually it was a slide to get in front of the shot. And Stewart punts it away. Top spinning ball to the near side. Haley comes up to challenge. Goes over top. Ball loose as Perigin steals. Perigin able to get through the challenge. Perigin out in front. Into the top. Perigin looking to make a move. Stolen away. Clevenger comes back to take the shot and goes over the top. And free kick for, goal kick for the Mules. Lost my clock restart after that injury by Bowman. 1 minute is left in the game.
1 minute remaining.
Perigin sends it in. Youngberg comes over on the challenge and loses it out of bounds. Throw in for the Mules. Thrown into the middle of the field. Sent up ahead by the Mules. Nelson's there. Nelson, good turn. Has space in front, plays it in the middle for Youngberg. Youngberg cuts it back. Gets challenged, still on the ball. Youngberg plays it up ahead to Schumacher. Schumacher plays it through to Beatty.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that will do it. Your College Heights Christian Cougars are the district champions, Class 1, District 7.
That is your final score. College Heights 5, Lone Jack 1.
Congratulations to the College Heights Cougars for winning the district championship. Lone Jack fought a good game, and it was once that red card put him to 10 men, they just didn't have enough to answer.
At this time, we would like to recognize the District 7 runner-up, Lone Jack Mules. Lone Jack Athletic Director Jordan Phantom will be awarding the district champion plaque for the College Heights Cougars. College Heights will go on to play Maryville on Saturday, November 11th. I'd like to congratulate both teams on a great season. Appreciate everybody for coming out and supporting these kids, and get home safe.